Yo, what up, y'all? How y'all doing today? This your boy Food Junkie, and you know how I do it on my Mondays. I think I'm gonna do my Mad Day Mondays live. There's so much to talk about, so much to discuss, so much to go over. But I was doing some research on some topics for my Mad Day Mondays, and I came across something that I felt was something interesting to talk about, to come to you guys about. So y'all read the title, you know what I'm saying? Aggression opposed to abusive. Or aggressive opposed to abusive, I should say. You know, there's a big difference between someone who is aggressive by nature and someone who is just being abusive. Aggression has nothing to do with physical violence, has nothing to do with actually wanting to harm someone, to cause harm to someone. Aggressive is in your stance, in your delivery, in your speech, in your mannerisms and things of that nature. How someone takes your aggression is totally up to them, based on who they are. Y'all know me. I'm an aggressive person. I don't back down. I don't apologize. I don't pussy pop. I don't backpedal. What I said, and I meant. Everything that I said. Everything that was said by me is something that I felt needed to be said in that moment. Now, I've gotten better to become more tactful in my delivery and more respectful and responsible in my delivery. But it doesn't mean that I don't mean what I say, and how I say it is how it's supposed to be delivered. At all. It doesn't mean that. It just means that I take a little bit more time and effort to be respectful and tactful in how I deliver, because I know a message cannot be heard if it's given in the wrong content or context. So you can be very careful about how you deliver things. But I'm talking about Nicole Tyler and Joy's Beauty Vlog. Joy's Beauty Vlog. You know what I'm saying? Or Beauty by Joy's Vlogs. Sorry. But yeah. There was a 2-hour live call-in situation where Nicole Tyler was on one. You know. And she basically was on one. She was in the mindset of that she needs to straighten Joyce out. She needs to get to the bottom of it. She wasn't listening. And Joyce admitted that she's an aggressive person, and then it became a situation of, well, aren't you in a domestic situation based on whatever. But that's going to be on the Bad Money situation. But yeah, based on that conversation they was having, when Joyce admitted that she was aggressive person, was not, because she's an alpha female, the question that Nicole asked was, well, shouldn't you be used to someone trying to go upside your head? See, that right there is that passive-aggressive bullshit that I don't deal with very well. You know, you have to be very careful about what's going on, about what someone's doing, about how you're asking questions, especially when you're on one. And although I like Nicole, I like you, baby, so don't just say it's not me trying to do anything crazy with you. But the reality is this. If you're on one, at that point, the conversation is over. If you're on one to where you can't hear or listen to what is being said, the conversation is over. The point of having a conversation is to come to an understanding, to come to an agreement of some sort, even if you agree to disagree. The point of a conversation is for you to get clarity, or to get, some type of something from it. And it seemed as though that you were on one, which you immediately said, but my on one isn't probably what you may think it is. My on one is for you. I thought that, based on your conversation you was having with Joyce, was that you were trying to, chastise her and check her, because you said that you are the number one something on these YouTube streets where you get people together. I don't know about all that. I like you, but I don't know about all that. I think that I've heard this several times, and not just on this thing or felt this way, but I heard this several times months ago about people say about you that you don't listen. You're so eager to get your point across and think about what you're saying next that you don't listen to what is actually being said to you. And you hear what you want to hear. And you even admitted yourself that you try to take one thing at a time, and you try to go slow, and you want things to be precise while it's not, so you can really understand it. Well, baby, not everyone's like you. Not everyone understands or comprehends or do things the way you do it. You need to be a little bit more diverse in how you communicate with people, whatever, and being able to adjust accordingly based on who you're communicating with. And this is not nothing, whatever. I'm just saying, based on what you said, based on what I've heard from you, based on this internet thing, this YouTube thing, how I seen you interact and move around on here. But that's just something to say. That was just a side note for that. But the whole aggressive versus the abusive thing, like I said, or opposed to abusive thing, like I said, I'm aggressive. Always have been, always will be. Which means that I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to run. You know that whole flight or fight mechanisms that animals and humans have? I'm a fighter. Which means that I'm going to stand my ground. I'm going to say what I need to say and try to be as respectful as possible, but it's still going to be something that's going to come out aggressive because that's just who I am. Even when I'm asking a question and I'm in a state of mind to where I need the answers quick, fast, in a hurry. Being aggressive and being impatient is something that's not a good quality, but I have both of those qualities that are part of me because I'm very impatient with bullshit and nonsense and craziness. But I'm also aggressive because I need the answers. I need to know what I need to know right in and there. I hate being in the dark. I hate not knowing something. But abusive, no, I'm not. Me being aggressive, meaning that I'm very straightforward, very honest, very direct. No bullshit, no games. You know what I'm saying? Very truthful, very honest as much as possible. You know. And abusive is about power. Taking away power from someone else in order to build yourself up or to make yourself feel better. Putting someone else down in order for you to come to this conclusion that you are better than, you are more than, you are worthy of more than someone else. And that's what abusive people are. They take what they want. They try to bully their way into getting what they want. They try to intimidate, be malicious to someone else to get what they want. Those are all the things of an abusive person, opposed to someone else who's aggressive, who's very straightforward, who's very honest, who's very take charge, very, you know what I'm saying, let me lead this, well, it's not, this is the way it should go type of situation. Those are two different qualities you must have. I told you guys a story already about, you know, the time I was detained for domestic violence. An individual that I was with for 2.5 years, I was no longer with, pulled a gun on me because I wanted to leave the house. And they didn't want me to. They wanted something from me that I wasn't willing to give. That was abusive. And I was detained because I left the house, even with that gun pulled on me. I left the house covered in their blood. And they had to get 26 stitches in their head. Me being aggressive was the key to cause me to leave that house. Them being abusive turned my aggressive behavior and my aggressive personality into one that was about self-defense. And the whole fight or flight thing I mentioned earlier, I fought my way out the house. See, that's what aggressive is. Aggressive is we're not going to always be the initiator of anything, but we will sure finish it. Being aggressive doesn't mean that I'm going to initiate violence or trouble and hard times and craziness and chaos. But what it means is that I'm not going to run from it. I'm not going to cower down, power down, and back myself into a corner to let you do whatever it is that you want to do, say, and act toward me. I'm very straightforward about how I deserve to be treated by anyone. Me and my husband has been together for, I keep saying 17, it's probably more like 18, 19 years now. Our anniversary is coming up in November. He will attest to you, I've never raised my hand to him, ever. I've never came at him in a threatening or abusive way. In the beginning, sometimes my words was a little bit harsh, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was used to dealing with, coming at people in a very aggressive way. But after knowing how he responds and reacts to it, I choose my words very carefully and calm myself down before we have a discussion. Because I said, I don't argue, I don't fuss and fight, and not in real life, I don't have time for all that. But the whole notion that just because someone says that they're aggressive, they should be used to or be ready for someone to come at them in an abusive way is totally ridiculous. We need to be very careful about how we use our words and how we choose our words and how we choose to have certain discussions here online. Someone who is coming out of domestic violence and they say that they are aggressive or was the aggressor in previous relationships was not, that does not give people the right or the end to say, well, shouldn't you be used to that type of behavior by now since you said that you were the aggressor? No, I'm the aggressor. I was gonna be nasty, y'all. Y'all know how I do it. I initiate sex. I initiate, you know what I'm saying, feelings of emotion and pleasure and things of that nature. So I'm aggressive in that way as well. But I also understand no means no, or I have a headache means I have a headache, or I'm good, stop. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the difference between people who are abusive and people who are aggressive. Aggressive people know that, you know, it's not always all about you. It's about the people that you're with, making sure that they feel comfortable, making sure that they feel loved and appreciated while it's not. An abusive person don't care. An abusive person would do what they need to do in order to get what they want. See what I'm saying? The differences? Because someone says that they're an aggressive person doesn't mean that they are an abusive person. Aggression is something just, as me just being an Aries in itself, is basically my nature is to make sure that I'm understood and fight for that. But me being a human being and compassionate about people, understanding that, you know, it's not always about me all the time, that I need to be very mindful about who and what I do in order to make people around me feel comfortable. While I may be an initiator of certain things, I still understand and know that not everything that I want I'm going to get, for one. Not everything that I get is going to be how I may want it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. I need to be okay with that as an aggressive person. As an abusive person, I wouldn't have come to those conclusions. I wouldn't have come to those understandings. As an abusive person, I would actually demand things to go my way all the time. And if not, there would be consequences for those actions. For whoever. You know what I'm saying? You see the difference? How being an aggressive person could be a good thing, depends on your surroundings and how you choose to use that, and how being an abusive person is never a good thing. How you choose to display your aggression can be a good thing if you do it in a positive way, in a nurturing, caring way. And if you are being an abusive person, regardless how you do that, that would never be a good thing. Being an abusive person would never be something that I would strive to be or say I'm proud to be. But being an aggressive person, oh yes, I'm definitely aggressive. Always, in all ways. You know what I'm saying? But with the understanding that, you know, my aggression is about me, not about making someone else do what I want them to do. It's about clarification, about understanding, making sure that I'm understood, making sure that I am heard the way I want to be heard, making sure I'm treated the way I want to be treated, making sure that things go the way that I want them to go for me and me only. It's not about making sure that someone else is doing what I want them to do. So when we start having these conversations here on YouTube or in public venues or public avenues, what's not, be prepared to have people question you. Be prepared for people to have differences of opinion. Be prepared for people to agree with you and disagree with you. It's just that conversation between Nicole and Joyce was something that kind of struck a nerve with me, because I felt that, you know, while Joyce was open and honest about her feelings and who she is, Nicole was on one, and she didn't care about what Joyce was saying. She wanted to get a point across, and to me, that what made the point get lost, because it's not about you checking someone at that point in time because you misunderstood what they said. It's about you trying to seek clarification. And once it was clarified, whatever emotions and feelings you were feeling after that, then I think that it would have been something that would have been pertinent for you to come at her with the way you came at her. Now, mind you, it's not always about me protecting someone while it's not, or defending someone, because, you know, Joyce have said or done things that I didn't agree with. But guess what? It's not for me to take on either. If I felt something that she didn't deal with, guess what I did? Turn the channel. If she had an opinion that was opposing of mine and it was something that I felt strongly about, what would I do? Turn on the camera. You know what I'm saying? That's how easy that is. That's how easy that works. And back to aggressive and abusive. I don't like passive people. I can't trust them. I don't know where they stand and what their minds are. I don't like to think for other people. When you're aggressive, I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you can tell me what you want, how you want it, when you want it. That sounded nasty, didn't it? But still, even so, I like that as well. Because if I'm capable of giving it to you, I will. And if I'm not, I'm man enough to say, yeah, I'm not down with that. In any way, be it in conversation, be it sexually, be it whatever. You know, aggressive people, I think that I tend to be drawn toward more. They're more exciting to me. Passive people, I just can't deal with that. And I definitely can't deal with a passive aggressive person. I don't know why I stand with you. I like to know where I stand with people. I like to know what people are about, what people are doing, why people are doing what they're doing, why you're saying what you're saying. But that's just me. You guys, I just want to come to y'all for a quick little minute. 60 minutes longer than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, so yeah, I just want to come to you guys for a little bit, just let you guys know, you know what I'm saying, my take and my opinions. This is just Food Junkie's opinion and Food Junkie's take on aggression opposed to being abusive. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Got a little something to think about, a little something to converse on. You know, like I said, it's not really about the two people I mentioned in here. It's more about the conversation they had and my take on that conversation. And I always say, love yourself, love someone else, respect yourself, and respect someone else. You guys have a great day. I love you. I will definitely see you guys next in a little bit. I may take my Mad Day Mondays live because there's a lot going on. Like I said, there was a lot going on this weekend or over the week that we need to discuss and talk about. But yeah, y'all have a great day. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys got something. And as y'all know, my new prison name is Street Meat. I love Street Meat, baby. Well, I love the name Street Meat. Yes, Food Junkie, aka Street Meat, baby. Y'all have a good day. Until next time, peace.